All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Watson on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Gets it to Meredith, complete. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there, with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Texans nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Come on, let's go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it. And it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. From the gun, here's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like... Then how about this, a fake? And this is caught. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. Call it a gain of 3. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry, 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
Now Jackson. Pass complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Let's go. Touchdown. Check 45 the mic.
On first down, Henson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the Texans' 22-yard line.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go. Check 26, check 26.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll run on first down. Henson, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Watson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Watson and the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. To throw is Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
12 yards on the play. So it's 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, Watson. Buying time to his left. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
So it looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
21-0 our score after 1. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Jackson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Bofo's the Mike. Mike's Bofo. Zip this. That's what I do. 44, Mike.
Jackson on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
45. Mike, 45.
Jackson completes this one to Meredith. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Tucker with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience. You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the interception, here's Jackson. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Give it up. Ready, go.
On first down, Donald. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At the 18-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Hey, let's get this, get this. Shift, watch the shift.
From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, third and 10.
22, jet, cover. 22, jet, Velma. Fresno.
Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
The 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26.
What we got? Shift. 55.
Watson operating from the gun. Forced out to his left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Touching now, Watson, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. You take it right on the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. They've gone to the second quarter now in Denver. It's the Raiders with the early lead over the Broncos. From midfield now, here's Jackson. We'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
You don't want none of that.
They'll run on first down. Donaldson.
All day, baby. Get nowhere. Going nowhere.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That last completion, certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. Now Watson from the downhill throw. And that will be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll try to left side. Henson. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
6-18.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not.
First throw now for the backup call. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. To come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now the second down throw on target. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
5 yards on the play.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Here we go again. Let's go.
covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Back to throw, Watson. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Flush to his right. Got an open man. It's QT. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On first down, Watson looking for his running back, and he's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He can run for it, and he will. We're on to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Check 99. Check 99. 99.
Watson now, operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Watson now to throw. Steps away to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A good run that time. They couldn't close him down, and now 9 yards makes for a very different situation on 4th and goal. The field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans claw one back. Point after, right down the middle. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
The Seahawks take over.
We play to win.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game is certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
It's now 3rd and 9.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, Donald. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Check 52, come on. Here we go. Here we go. Let him go.
On 1st down, Donaldson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27.
Makes the score Seahawks 41, Texans 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says? Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They're in the fourth quarter in Denver. Raiders continuing to roll. They have opened their lead even further. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Watson steps away to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. On first and 10, Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Flushed out right. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Houston, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves.